Good evening, my friends. Good evening. How are we doing? Are we doing well? I don't know why I'm doing a British accent. People who are watching this for the first time are like, what? Wait. I'm so thrown off. Anyway, how's it going? It's Thursday. So there's that. That's nice. It's already Thursday. It's cold. I'm cold. I had the Arcadia door open all yesterday while it was raining. Or yesterday evening while it was raining. It was fantastic. But by the time I went to bed, it was 61 degrees in here. And I was like, oh, wow. So, anyway. The topic for today is creation versus consumption. Or consumption versus creation. Either way you want to look at it. This was an idea or a topic that came to mind when I read a tweet by this guy who I sort of recently started following on YouTube and Twitter and stuff. I really like his work, his freelancing topics and things like that are really interesting. I really enjoy his thoughts and his insights into that process. And I agree with almost everything that he says. So I'm just like, I look up to him in a weird way, I guess. I don't know. So he tweeted, I will show you. Is there an easy one? Nah, whatever. We'll just do it. Okay. So he tweeted, who would you rather be? Someone who hasn't created anything in years because you're so busy consuming, or someone who hasn't consumed anything in years because they are so busy creating? Become so busy creating that consuming becomes unattractive. Okay. First off, what? I don't respond to things very much on Twitter. This was one of the rare instances where I did because no. But I mean, it seems that everyone agrees with the sentiment that those two extremes are just that, very extreme. Yes, in theory, that sounds cool. But there's there's multiple problems that I find with it. One, being so busy that you can't consume anything ever. Okay, what? Music, podcasts, these are things that you can do while doing other things. So that's just, okay, that's probably maybe not what he's talking about. He's talking about watching television 6 hours a day, watching YouTube 6 hours a day, things like that. Yeah. The funny part is that his audience, the people who watch him, are people who consume things. It doesn't. He probably didn't mean it literally. Maybe a little bit literally. I don't know. Hard to say. He didn't respond to anyone because they all said about the same thing. No. But he didn't respond to anyone. So, yeah. I don't know. It's, for me, a lot of my inspiration for creation comes from consumption. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit. No, I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not alone in that. That's normal. Inspiration comes from external places, whether that be nature and out your front door, or other people online and things like that. That's where inspiration and motivation can come from. It doesn't always come from there, but it can. So yeah, and my response was basically okay, while the latter does seem more attractive in the idea of effective usage of your time, I would say only creating and never consuming does seem a bit like a vacuum. There's a lot of inspiration out there worth consuming to feed your creations. And yeah, I think that's what it comes down to is yes, in theory, only making stuff and being so busy that you don't consume anything ever. Sure, cool. I can't say I'm terribly, terribly far from that at times. There are certain weeks that I'll go with watching very little YouTube, watching very little movies, television, things like that. And I'm just like kind of doing stuff the whole time. I'm working and I'm whatever. But I mean, it's like seasonal, it's like I always go back to consumption. And yes, there is a certain level of like, I get the point of what he's trying to say is like, it's unhealthy to be consuming so much, like that makes sense. That's fine. Whatever. And we all probably tinker with that ourselves as far as like consuming too much, being so distracted all the time that we're not doing the right things for ourselves. Like, for me, I've got dishes on the counter. I've got laundry to do, stuff to clean constantly. Yes, I could be consuming myself with doing only productive things, but my God, is that so exhausting. Like, I feel like that sentiment it really goes against all of the sort of fundamentals of burnout, all of the sort of balance ideas. Like, if you're never consuming, what does your downtime look like? What does downtime look like to you? Do you not read books? Do you just sit there and meditate? Is that all your downtime is? Do you give yourself downtime at all? Like, these are genuine problems. Like, I don't actually really care about this topic that much. I'm just a very passionate person, so I get caught up in my own feels very quickly and easily. But yeah, not a huge fan of that one. I was a little bit disheartened to see him saying that. I was just like, really? You sure? Who would I rather be? I suppose I'd rather be the person working so much that I don't consume anything. But do I think I'd be a happier person then? Probably not. No, I don't think so. I think I'd be a pretty sad fucker. So yeah, balance, my friends. That is the point. And, with curiosity comes consumption. And there's nothing unnatural about consumption. I mean, excessive consumption, sure, there's conversations you're going to be had about, blah, or, the nuances of it all, of like sitting in front of the TV and not working out and being unhealthy and blah, blah, blah. Sure, whatever. You can have full length conversations about those kinds of things. But fundamentally not consuming anything because you're so busy or doing so much sounds depressing. What about a good movie? Good TV show? Come on. So yeah. I don't know. It's a give and take. There's a dynamicness to it, right? And we, like I was saying earlier, we go through the sort of modes, right? Like, we get into like a productive mode, we ride that for a little bit, and then we're like, okay, we're gonna chill out for a little bit because we're tired, and you do that, and that's, nothing is inherently right or wrong, with that sort of ebb and flow. Like, you're not a good person once you do this amount of things. That is something that I think we all fundamentally need to get over. It doesn't make you a better person because you're on top of your fucking dishes. Like, that's not how the world works. That's not how it's not how shit works. It's just fundamental. You're not a better person because you work 80 hours a week and then other guy works 40 hours a week and watches 20 hours a week of television. It doesn't make you a better person. It might make you richer, but it doesn't make you a better person. Who would you rather be? No, I'm just kidding. I would like to be both, please. Thank you, and goodbye. Okay, that's it for that topic. I'm sure you enjoyed that one. I don't know. Okay, miscellaneous. Woohoo! It's Thursday already. Almost Friday. This week has gone by so fast. And honestly, it's probably because of the whole evac launch thing. Like, my whole body is just like, go, 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 go. But also, I'm like, no, I think I'm gonna chill. Like, I was even debating this morning, like, should I just play Legend of Zelda tonight? That sounds fun. I might play Legend of Zelda. I don't know. I want to play a video game. Is that weird? That's weird. It's weird for me. I so rarely want to play a video game. But I also feel like I want to, like, start, like, committing time to playing video games because it's just fun. You know? I don't know. But yeah, overall, though, on the evac launch, doing pretty well. We've gotten 8 questionnaire responses. Is it 8? Let's see. 7, 8, 9. 9 questionnaire responses. And thank you very much, Annalise, for your questionnaire response. I really appreciate that. Yeah, 9 in a couple days. That's pretty fucking good. You're almost already a fifth of the way to the goal of 50. And already at 30 Instagram followers or something like that. Let me double check. Overall, I mean, they're just sort of vanity metrics. I mean, the questionnaire responses are actually valuable. Like, I was very the opposite of disheartened, enheartened. I don't know. I was very happy when I saw the amount of people that was responding well to it that I knew. That was great. But what was even cooler was seeing, like, strangers come out of the woodworks and fill out the questionnaire because they're interested, you know. And I think the overall consensus that I'm gathering from these is that everyone is kind of missing community, like, just like people to actually talk to about art, which I think is, like, that's like number one for me. I just want to talk to people about art. I want to get some art buds, you know. I want to make some shit happen. So I think everyone's kind of on that same team. I mean, like, that's the crazy thing about it all is, like, we have so many services, so many art events and galleries and stuff. But, like, are people, like, making connections through that? Like, I mean, I'm sure they are to a degree. And, like, they'll pick a couple and, like, that's it. But, like, you know, is there, like, anything, like, concrete going on? I don't know. We haven't looked into the space quite enough, which I know is kind of questionable because, like, why are you starting another service when you haven't even looked into what services are currently on the market? Great question. We're figuring that as we go. So, I mean, if it turns out that, like, you know, we're pointless, then, you know, I guess that's it, right? But so far, it looks like not so much. Not so much. So yeah, got a couple feelers out there right now for some studio tour type videos that we could make, or just, like, you know, artist interview kind of things. Like an acquaintance that I've done some graphic design work for their Christmas cards, their family Christmas cards. They're woodworking, like they do woodworking. So I was like, you know, I would love to make a video of, like, your space and your tools and what you do and, like, talk about you. And, you know, that's one of the things that we were very interested in was, like, just, like, showcasing artists in general, at least in the, like, you know, overall, but, like, especially in the early time because, you know, we don't really have a ton going on. There's not really much that we can do initially. So yeah. Yesterday was a dopamine fucking crazy day. I was just, like, high as a kite. It's surprising how effective dopamine is. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna start trying to engage regularly on Instagram. I did for about 15 minutes last night. Just, like, went onto a hashtag and started liking posts and commenting as the evac Instagram page, and Already got a few new followers from just that 15 minutes. And yeah, honestly, one of the most effective strategies that I have ever seen. 30 followers already. Not bad. Not bad for 2 days, 1 day. Yeah. I'm excited. Oh my god, my eye. It's got something in it. Okay, there it goes. So yeah, what else is there to talk about? I need to launch the Twitter, although I feel like I don't understand. It's kind of sad that the only platform that I really feel like I know enough is Instagram, which is just Instagram kind of sucks. And I guess they all kind of suck, but Instagram is a interesting layer of ugh. And Twitter is just how do you even get people to find you? We're oh, use hashtags. I'm I don't see anyone ever using hashtags on Twitter. Yeah, some people in the more niche areas, I guess. I don't know. You don't see hashtags very much. You kind of just hope to get lucky, the right person retweets you. I don't know. So yeah, I need to really figure out the social content strategy for East Valley Art Co-op, because last night it occurred to me I wanted to just start sharing people's art onto the Instagram story. And what's the harm in that? But also I don't want to start it if I'm not going to continue to do it. So yeah. And then Christian is working on a calendar of local events to share with everyone, which I think there was a few people who were specifically interested in that. They were specifically information about local events going on. And yeah, that we are working on that one. But yeah, still trying to figure out all the format and stuff. Very early. Also, the genuine question is it co-op and with the C and the O capitalized, or just the C capitalized? Co-op, C and O capitalized, or just the C? I feel like it's just the C, because that's still one word, even though it's hyphenated. It is hyphenated, right? Co-op, coop. Community of operations. Oh, continuity of operations. What's the P then? Don't mind me. Yeah, I think co-ops in general are hyphenated. So otherwise you're a coop. I don't know. Maybe I made the wrong choice by hyphenating it. Who knows? Okay, I think that's it. I think I've wasted enough time now talking about nonsense. Yeah, I'll see you probably tomorrow morning. If not, then probably Saturday. Sometime. Yeah. Gonna go recharge on my boyfriend's couch. Or maybe respond to emails on my boyfriend's couch. Because I do want to respond to each questionnaire individually and thank people for their questionnaire responses. And then also, start some conversations. Because, yeah, I'm really trying to get people on the fucking Slack. No one's joined the Slack, and I'm disappointed. Although, I wasn't informed until... Okay. Good old helicopters. I wasn't informed until midday Wednesday that the link that I had on the website was broken for the joining the Slack specifically. So that's fun. But now I've figured out how to make a permanent invite link for Slack, and so now that will permanently be fixed. Thank God. But yeah, I need to try to get some people on this Slack. It's oh, I want people to talk to. It's well, then join the fucking Slack. That's where we're gonna do it, man. At least for now. I don't know. Well, in the future, I really want to do a forum. But we gotta do like 18 steps before that, so. One thing at a time, right? Right. Okay, that's it. Thanks for joining me today. I will talk to you soon. Hopefully I'll have another riveting topic such as consumption versus creation, because that wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I might have a couple more. We'll see. Lying around here somewhere. Okay, goodbye.